We're up and rolling. The fight buzz on Into Boxing with Dean Whyte and Hosea Stewart, the new Wasserman Boxing heavyweight. Yeah. Boys, good afternoon. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
So, you good down there?
What's that, sorry?
So, Dean, you good?
Oh, yeah, excellent. Come on, man. The weather's great. You know, we're alive. Give thanks, man. I'm happy.
You got a cup of coffee there as well?
Do you know, it's actually not coffee, you know. You see me, you know, like I'm a... What's the word? There was a word I was going to use, but you know, like I try and look after myself. So what I'm actually drinking is thyme and ginger with honey. It's good for your system. It cleans you out. Respiratory system. You know, if you've got breathing issues, it's refreshing. You should try it, man. It's good.
That sounds quite fancy. What do you reckon, Hosea? We get a couple of lime and
sounds good, man.
Lime and ginger.
Sounds like yeah. Jamaican remedies.
Come on, you got like garlic, ginger, honey. You know that you got to do your little naturals, man. Build your immune system naturally.
Oh, and keep it clean.
Naturally. I don't want to start on the next line I was actually going to say, but just let's naturally.
I'm guessing smashing like 6 or 7 black coffees a day ain't doing me any favors.
Well, you know, I do a bit myself, but I try and have a balance of the healthy options of everything, because I do I do drink a bit as well. I'm a party lad sometimes, so I drink a bit of alcohol, a bit of coffee, but then I balance out with many other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your? I know this is not the way I saw this conversation going, Hosea, but what's your brew of choice?
I don't really drink, you know.
Don't do hot drinks?
Nah, not really. Mate, just green teas, simple green teas, man.
Yeah, green tea. Yeah, no, I can do a bit of green tea. Might have a good bit of green tea. Shall we? Let's move. I tell you what. We'll come back for a tea special maybe later in the year or something. When the winter starts kicking in and more hot drinks are needed. Let's move into boxing, because Hosea Stewart, the new heavyweight at Wasserman Boxing. Wasserman, there's some moves going on over there at the minute. We've seen a raft of new signings. You know, they've made no secret that there's going to be more to come. But you're the big heavyweight. You're the one that I think has caught a lot of people's attention, Hosea. How has this past week been for you?
Yeah, it's been good, you know. Started to get in camp, so we're just grafting away. It's been rough, but loving every minute of it. Just feeling good, you know. I had my last serious session today, so you know, tomorrow I'm just gonna take over, get in the gym, stretch, go nice, and then get ready for week 2. But yeah, I'm just loving it, man. I just want to get a fight date, get out there and start making some moves.
We should say we've got a special guest. It sounds like.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, so good. So tell us a little bit then. How did the Wasserman Connection come about? How has that all happened, and what do you foresee it bringing?
Well, for starters, I can see it bringing some great things. You know, sitting down with Nisa and Kala, we've got some. You know, they've got the right ambition, which caught my eye instantly. They moved me the right way. You know, when in the near future we want to be going for titles, big fights, and you know, get the right experience. But I was lacking because as an amateur I got busy. I had 17 fights, won the GB championships, got to the ABAs finals and stuff. So you know, I got a bit of experience, but I was lacking in the international department. I never really got to go on those tournaments and fight, you know, the Russians, the Ukrainians, all those kind of guys. So main thing for me at the moment is getting that experience up, getting the sparring in, and start making the right moves, definitely.
Dean, you obviously know the circuit better than I do. What's your knowledge of the heavyweight scene and Hosea's impact on it?
Yeah, no, I've seen online. I've seen Hosea. You was done a lot of stuff with Red October. My lady there, my friend from Birmingham. You do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of hers. I've been supporting her from jump. And she's doing good things in boxing now. She's moving around. She's getting more notoriety. People knowing who she is, and she's doing good things. So big up to her.
Yeah, every time.
And you know what I mean? So that's a good one. I kind of noticed. I saw that the Solomon Darko was down there. He's another one from the neck of the woods. You're from somewhere in Birmingham, is he not?
Who was that, sorry?
Wasserman Darko, ain't he? He was on the GB squad with you as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of keep a little eye on. I'm a fanatic anyway, so I do watch some things, but I don't kind of get it all. But I kind of saw there was a few guys on the circuit. Are you both trained by the same guy as well? Skywalker, whatever his name is. You was
no,
doing
I
something.
was as an amateur, I was trained by Joby Clayton.
Yeah, that's the ain't that him? Job, yeah, Job, yeah. No, but also hold on, I got it wrong then. So Solomon's not trained by him. You're trained by him, and Whitaker's trained by him. I think that's what it was. You still train when you get into the pros. You're still going to be using them. Who are you going to be using?
I've got a new coach, Rich again, just local as well, Wolverhampton. You know, he's got guys like Danny Ball, the WBC silver champion. He's got Conor Walker, the Midlands champion. He's got a good stable coming up, man. So that's another group. We got some big things coming up.
Where's that gym in Wolverhampton?
Yeah, Wolverhampton. Yeah, it's called
RG. Good?
RG Boxfit.
RG Boxfit. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good.
One thing I was going to ask you about. Sorry, there's one thing I was going to say about this turn to pro. It sounds like you've got every little aspect looked at. You were talking about the coaches, the gyms, everything you've taken into consideration. Your preparation is on point.
Yeah, it's got to be done, you know, because I know there's a big jump between the amateurs and the pros. You know, you got to stay busy. There's a lot of guys, you know, the heavyweights at the moment, there's so much guys that are coming through that believe in themselves. Everyone's hungry. So, you know, you got to make sure that I prepare right and I do everything by the book.
Dean, we had Campbell Hatton on here not long ago, and it was just before his debut, just before he turned pro, and you were talking about, you know, the mindset you've got to get right, the way you've got to look at fights as a guy going from a day, you know, going into your first professional, the differences between amateurs and pros. What would you say to Hosea in a similar vein the way you did to Campbell? What would you say to Hosea as someone who's making that step, who's making that leap?
The first question, I just want to go back a little bit. You had 17 amateur fights, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he hasn't had a lot of experience at all, really. So
year and a half, really. So
yeah. So you ain't had a lot of experience anyway. So really and truly, obviously, like you said, obviously, if these guys are committed to your growth and your development as a fighter, they're if they're committed to that, then obviously, really and truly, you wanna what smart early. I know. How old are you, if you don't want me asking?
24 now. Just gone 24. Yeah.
So 24. So look, you're a young guy. Look, 17 fights isn't a lot. It's not the end of the Dillian came from 7 fights and then came into, you know, professional boxing and done some stuff. But if you've got a team that's gonna back your cause and make sure you write the fight, you know, early, especially not rush your career and no long term. They're looking at long term longevity. 24 heavyweight. There's a few guys in front, and they're probably not going to be there later on, or they'll be at the tail end of their career once you start going down the ladder. Because really, to get to world title contention, it takes quite a while, especially once people go through mandatory. So you're in no rush. You know what I mean? So it's if you've got a good team, they're going to back you. They just match you right, and then you can continue to learn your skill and proing up, because obviously, like you say, amateur and pros is different. When you go into the pro ranks, learning under the bright lights and doing stuff and becoming accustomed to, you know, all of that experience and stuff. So for heavyweights, it's a different kettle of fish anyways. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can move faster, sometimes you can move slower. But, you know, the heavyweight division is thriving in the UK. So you're going to be in a great melting pot with loads of good guys in there. But you've had great experience because you've been in the GB, you've been out there with Josie and Joshua and loads of different guys. But the only thing you didn't get, you say, that international experience. But I'm sure for them guys to look at and sign you, I'm sure you've got a bit of skill there somewhere.
100%.
What experience do you look at, Hosea, as your most important? What do you think? What have you learned the most from in your time in boxing so far?
So the best thing for me was getting straight into the championships. So I had one fight outside the championship time, and then come September, my coach said, you know, we wanna get you in the championship straight away. Even though I've had one fight, we'll have to just say that I've had another fight, and then I could enter, because you have to have 2 minimum. So once we got in that, I was fighting for every week for 7-8 weeks consistently. So just getting in and out the gym, you know, I had short guys, tall guys, 6'8" guys, 6'8" southpaw, come forward guys, I had guys that were on the back foot. So it was good every week. I had to bring a new level to my game just to get through to the next fight.
So yeah, that was good, you know, quick to adapt quick. And then the first time I fought those long 6'8" guys, I had to realize, you know, normally I'm the one with the rangy jab and I'm the one dictating the pace and the distance. So the fact that all of a sudden now I got to be on the front foot, I had to put the pressure on. It's good just being able to adapt, man. I loved it, but and then straight after that, went straight into the went from novices to elites. By my seventh fight, I fought the 2-time Canadian champion. So again, that was a great experience. You know, just going from one level to the next. You know, he had 60 plus fights, represented Canada numerous times. So go from fighting novices to an international fighter. Again, that was a nice, good jump to go win that and move on again.
I can see you're good at multitasking though. I'll give you that. You know what? Left hand's doing one, which is important. What kind of style can we expect you then here? We start seeing you, as Dean put it, under the lights in your learning fights. Do you want to be going blasting out guys as quickly as you can? Do you want to be taking your time and learning from the fights? Is a knockout ratio important to you? What are we looking at?
For me, my first few fights, obviously, you want to get that knockout any day. You want to make a nice statement, but you know, like Dean was saying, no rush. I've got years ahead of me. I ain't got all the time in the world, but I got years ahead to learn. You know, get that experience back. You know, due to COVID, I ain't boxed for 2 years now, or 18 months, 20 months. So, you know, my first couple of fights, want to get in, get the ring rust off, get my timing, my sharpness, get comfortable. And but yeah, from me, I'd say I'm quite a mover. I've got good skills for a heavyweight. I like to move, pick my jab, work behind my skills, but I can bang. So I know when I land those shots, they're gonna feel it. It's just if they can stay with it.
It's all about in the heavyweight division. Just one final thing from me on this topic, then, Hosea. I don't always just want to run straight to this as a talking point, but it is obviously a big talking point. You were brought in by Anthony Joshua to go and do some sparring. Yeah. Just tell us a little bit about how that came about, what it was like, what you learned from it.
So at the start of 2020, well, for a while, like I said, my amateur coach Joby, he was working with AJ for a bit for the Ruiz rematch. So there was talks from then to get me in, but my coach was like, you know, I want to get me in the gym consistently because I was just coming off an injury. Once I got that up, come New Year, I said, you know, let's go down London. Big man wants to get some work in with this. So I was like, yeah, great stuff, man. So we got down there, got sparring, doing a lot of technical work and stuff. He was impressed with what he saw, so come back again the next week. And, it was a continuous thing, getting down there, and he liked what he seen. You know, he spoke very highly of me. So originally he was meant to fight Pulev in the March, I think, March of that year, March or April. So yeah. He wanted to get me in camp then, but you know, COVID happened. But once things lifted up in the summer, started getting back down there again. Obviously, camp got rescheduled from October. Sorry, bear with one moment.
No need to apologise, mate.
So yeah, got in there September, got in camp. He just worked in there. It was a great experience. He wanted to show him what it's like being in the World Champions camp, being able to consistently get all the top sparring himself, all the guys that and then it was a great experience. You know, I felt right at home. I knew from that camp, I knew that's the level I need to be at, 100%. Just get all the confidence in the world to keep pushing.
Yeah, Dean, let's talk about sparring for a moment. Sparring at that level, AJ, one of, if not the best heavyweight on the planet. Just ask a silly question. How important is that to a young fighter to get that kind of experience?
It's going to be great for someone, a young man coming up in the heavyweight division, you know, putting his wits against someone of that caliber, you know what I mean? So, and it often depends as well, you know, on how you perform. If you perform, you've done good, or you performed indifferent, and then you think, okay, you know, I didn't perform too bad, I did. But then at the same time, you can't take too much into that as well, because I say that to guys because some of these guys are working on stuff in their sparring anyway, and some of them depends what they've been doing all day. If they've done 4 sessions or 3 sessions for the day or 2, sometimes they could be tired, they could be fatigued, You know, different days people perform different ways, and it's depending how far along in their training camp they are as well, how sharp they are and so on. So I think most things you got to take with a pinch of salt, but being in there, if you can handle yourself and you don't get your ass knocked out, then it's all good. Or if you do get your ass knocked out, as long as you get back up and you dust yourself up and you learn and you progress down the lines, then yeah, again, that's something different again. So I think it's good. AJ, strong, you know, unified champion, super elite. So it's only going to garner for good experience. It's going to go bode for good experience for, you know, Hosea, because he's been around such an elite guy doing things and being in such company in the GB squad, having the same amateur trainer. And yeah, it's only going to bode good for down the line. And I'm sure that's part of the reason why he got signed as well. You know, you've done good things. He's in good company. I'm sure people heard the whispers that you was handling yourself well. And, you know, they probably knew you was on to be destined to do good stuff. The only question I'd actually like to ask, actually, why did you decide to turn over so early, actually?
It was just, again, COVID. There was no fights going on. Obviously, you know, because it's right at the end of the Olympic cycle as well. There's not many tournaments or anything like that. So, you know, I'm just sat here sparring, training, which is good. But, you know, I want to get that competitive edge back where I'm working towards a fight day, getting in the ring, getting my own experience, and pushing on for my own career. But I always said to myself, the latest I wanted to turn pro was 23. Not that there's a rush, but my main goal is becoming a world champion in the professional rank. So I wanted to start my journey on that and start working towards the end goal, which is obviously being a professional, becoming a heavyweight champion. But yeah, so I thought the best time, definitely.
That's some ambition. But I mean, fair play. You're certainly taking those steps. Just let me ask you real quickly, Hosea, given your experience with AJ, how do you see the Usyk fight playing out?
I see AJ being too big, too strong. He's looking fit, looking sharp. His skills is building up day by day. You know, being in that camp, I ain't gonna disclose too much, but weeks before he fought, he was looking. He looked more than fight ready. So the fact that he stayed working, you know, he ain't rested off and chilled. He's been training by a strict regime. So I'm sure come September, I believe, when they're fighting, he'll be more than ready for that. But you know, Usyk, undisputed cruiserweight champion, he's handled himself at super heavyweight and amateurs as well at some points as well. So he knows how to deal with the big boys. But I think AJ's too big and too skilled.
What do you reckon, Dean?
Yeah, I feel so. They normally say a big good and always beats a small good, and so, you know, I don't see anything really changing. I think there might be some tricky moments. Obviously, making that adjustment with the southpaw and the movement Usyk does and the feints, because I don't think, when I look at the guys, Joshua's face, I'm not sure they sell feints as good as probably Usyk might sell them. But obviously, hopefully, the sparring partners might help. I know he's got McCarthy down. He's a big old strong lump, that kid. What is he? Irish kid, is he?
Yeah.
He's a big, strong southpaw, but obviously he's not Usyk. But I'm sure just having that working angles, working ranges, and working where your foot should be fighting a southpaw. I don't know if a lot of people kind of understand the dynamics and certain stuff, but you know, hey, I won't be telling anyone. But good luck. Obviously, people, you know, should understand the game by now. But I mean, there's loads of things, but I don't know, what other southpaws has he got there?
No, I don't know.
You sure?
So yeah, I've seen him up there, but look, I hope he wins. Obviously, I'm going to be back in the rooting for. I just feel like, yeah, he'll probably just be too big, too strong. I feel they'll be early. They'll maybe, you know, like I said, Usyk's been a decorated amateur. He's done it all. As a pro, he went up and, you know, undisputed as cruiserweight. So he's not a pushover. But I think once he starts feeling AJ's power, it'll be interesting to see, because in his last two fights against Witherspoon and then Chisora, he didn't perform that great with the weight on him. And now they're saying that Lomachenko's dad's going to be training him for this fight. And you know, they used to train in the amateurs. He used to train him in the amateurs. They had a different trainers. So it's going to be interesting to see how he performs. But yeah, I still have the big man, you know, doing a number in the end.
What was AJ's power like, Hosea? Feeling it?
Because I'm a mover, being honest, I didn't feel it. You can feel it on the guard, but I never took no flush, which is good.
Yeah.
You can see it's there when he's letting go on the pads and on the bags, and like, you know, with other sparring partners is catching you. You can tell that the power is real, man. But yeah, luckily none of them caught me, man.
Man, hit and don't get hit if you can. You know what I mean?
And that's how it's gotta be. Make them miss, man. But yeah, man, this is exciting times, man, for heavyweight boxing.
We need to get him on and ask him about Hosea Stewart's power. That's what we need to do. We need to say, did you feel Hosea Stewart's power?
The funny thing, he does interviews, but I don't think AJ actually likes interviews, you know. I think him and Dillian are the same. They do them because they need to, but they don't actually like doing them. I think that's something, you know, like with them. I think Dill for sure, but AJ, I've heard a whisper somewhere. You know what I mean?
I've had a few with AJ in the past. He's been all right. But I think I've only ever done one with Dillian. I think I've only ever done one interview with Dillian, and that was after Hellenius. What about Hellenius?
Okay, yeah, that was a long time ago, bloody hell.
Yeah. But no, okay. So listen, Hosea, very quick one then. Just while we're on the heavyweight scene, Wilder Fury's coming up. I'm just always interested to hear, especially people who are in the game. You are now a professional heavyweight boxer, so I guess your opinion is probably more knowledgeable than mine. And then Dean, I'll come to yourself as well. Just start with yourself though, Hosea. Fury, Wilder free. Wilder and his team, specifically Malik Scott, are posting a lot of clips online about him lifting weights, about him smashing pads and dancing and roaring, and he's going to work the body more this time. And is it going to be any different?
Honestly, I don't see it being much different. You know, Fury come back for the first fight, put on a serious boxing display. The second fight, come in, was aggressive, mold him. Third fight, you know, he's built up a lot of you know, Fury's been in camp now. He's been back in boxing. He's back already. I don't see much difference, you know, because he knows he can box. He knows he can hurt him. But it depends what Wilder's been doing with his team, and you never know. This is boxing, heavyweight boxing, and Wilder's got some serious power. So we'll have to see. But I'm leaning more towards Fury again.
What about you, Dean?
Yeah, I think it'll be, you know, I think Fury will win. I think it might be a little bit more interesting. I think obviously Malik, you know, sometimes, you know, look, I think sometimes it's your team, your camaraderie is around you can sometimes give you new impetus, new confidence, new self-belief. And I think that might have happened with Malik Scott, because he seems like he's got a little bit more passion, a little bit more zest, a little bit more joy, you know what I mean, in his training. They had all the talk and hocus pocus about the suit, the drugging, the this and all that fucking jazz. But look, Malik Scott, let me tell you something.
Yeah, keep a straight face. Was it?
Malik Scott, he was one hell of a fighter, and he understands boxing. He's very, very technical. And obviously, he brought him in. He saw something there, and he felt like maybe he could learn from. This is a man he believes, you know, he's like his brother. He can trust. He can have faith, and then the Scott is back. He's been there throughout his whole entire career. You know what I mean? So this is someone he's brought and he's had faith in. So I think he might listen and maybe get something out of it. Do I think it's all gonna work? I just think you're going up against a man who's been boxing since he was 5, a man who's seen it all, done it all, came from like 28, 30 stones, came all the way back down the table and come back, bashed you up, nicked your belts. You to try and hone all those skills in such a small frame of time, I'm not sure. I think obviously some things might work and he might try it. I've got a sneaky feeling that he might even attempt to come out and really go for it early, because he knows he can't beat him, but he's tricking him, making him think he's going to go and do like a big old boxing match, and then he might come out and try and go gun-ho for the first 4 rounds and see if he can get him out of there. I mean, I don't know, but just watching them guys, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think it'll be look, we had a draw the first time. He had a convincing win the second time. I feel it'll be something. There'll be another twist.
If Wilder wins, I know we've said it before, if Wilder wins, do we have number 4? I don't know, but let me put something. Maybe I've given up trying to predict it, but let me put this to you, Dean, and then to you, Jose, just to finish up then, because one of the things that's been doing the rounds a lot, and I'm sure you've both seen it, is this Deontay had yes men around him. You know, nobody wanted to tell him You've got to do this differently. You're doing this wrong. Fix this. Work on that. I've never stepped foot in Deontay Wilder's camp. I have no idea what his team are like around him. But do you think, Dean, A, do you think there's any truth to that? And B, do you think Malik Scott, because you've obviously got you obviously hold him in high regard, do you think he may be a bit different and telling Deontay, we do need to work on things?
Sorry, say that again.
A, do you think there's any truth to those rumors, if that's the right word, people saying that? And B, do you think Malik Scott offers something a bit different if they are true?
I heard the I didn't hear the first bit. You're very low. Sorry.
Do you think there's any truth to the rumors that Deontay Wilder's camp was full of yes men?
Oh hell yeah! Shit! Hell yeah! Did you know what? Listen to me. Hell to the yeah! That shit. So look, you see, like now you got me excited again. You get me? Do you know? I'm not gonna lie. You know. No, hell yeah, motherfucker. And Malik Scott's gonna tell him exactly how it is. And you know what is in boxing? There's a lot of that. Hey, Hosea, get them out of your team from early if you can.
Yeah,
because let me tell you something. They hinder you. It's good. You need people who give you that support, that that to keep you like, yo, champ, whatever. But if there's something wrong, it's better they tell you of your flaws early than late. You get caught out by getting knocked out and getting found and say, why didn't you motherfucking say so? You know what I mean? And because you're a yes man, you thought, man, you the champ. I didn't want to upset you. Like it's long. Did you watch that interview with the bad boy fighter who's fighting? Is it Cobalt? He's fighting tomorrow. He is funny as shit. You need to watch that interview. He said, man, Deontay, you my friend, man. You lost, man. Just take the loss, man. You got beat up. What's wrong with you? All right, you need to watch that interview. He is killing him. And he's going on. He just said, listen, I'm an honest guy. I just tell it as it is. He was telling Swift, Danny Garcia, that he lost against Furman. He said, yo, you're my man, you're my bro, but I felt like he lost. I tell people as it is. And you need people like that. You need people who are going to just tell you as it is, not kiss your ass. I don't do no ass kissing.
Definitely.
I tell man, if they don't like it, good on you, it's up to you. I only tell you things for your own benefit. I'm not going to tell nothing, lie and sugarcoat, because in the long run, it doesn't benefit you things and not keeping it 100 with people. You know what I'm saying? So those guys, I think there was too many of them fluffing around. And I heard Deontay Wilder used to do what he wanted in training. He do bad work. He do a lot of pad work. He wouldn't listen to this coach. It was mad. He would, like, if he came in a mood, I heard he just did what he wanted. And if you got no respect for your coach and doing shit like that, it's only gonna come out eventually. You know what I mean? He got away with it for long because he had the real pump action as he go choo choo. You know what I'm saying? But eventually he got caught out. You know what I mean? Yeah, the bronze bomber. You know what I mean? But eventually listen, someone will be able to figure that out and say, let me move to a certain direction, or try or put you on the back foot, as they found out, like Dillian's been saying for years, and Fury found out, put you on the back foot because you can't box on the back foot. And then that's where the power becomes a little bit less. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's done a good job by whatever he feels like. If he's got rid of yes man, good on him. Let's see if it helps him.
You got to have those right people around you, Hosea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You think you think, especially from yourself, you're starting. This is the new chapter. I guess we close this on yourself. Then it sounds like you're the opposite way. You've got the team around you that have been there, done that, and they're gonna help guide you. Yeah,
definitely. And they keep it real with me. When I do the right things, they big me up and then bring me straight back down and say, all right, then we got more work to do. So it's good. I never get too happy. Always ready.
I think I need to find some of these people that big you up, because I've not met any of them yet. Everyone just tells me you're doing it wrong. But listen, boys. I know you're both busy and you both got things to do. And Hosea, you've got an even more important job lying just next to you by the sounds of things. But listen, it's been a pleasure. We're definitely going to have you back, and we're going to see more of you, because, like we say, this is chapter 1 of hopefully a big old journey.
Most definitely.
Dean, we'll see you again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Take care, man. Listen, good luck, and I'm sure I'll see you around on the circuit. I'll be watching. I'll seeing you do your thing and to see how you progress. You know
I'm looking forward to the Hosea Stewart Tyson Fury trilogy. That's what I'm looking forward to. The big trilogy for the titles. I'm looking forward to that. Listen, guys, it's been a treat. I'll let you crack on. All the best.
Respect, man.
Take care, guys. Bless up, yeah.
You know, it wasn't something that I, you know, that affected me. You just like, yes, I'm back. You know, where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's how I feel anyway.